up on the agenda is to consider approval of minutes for September 2019. We're actually pulling that item. There are some problems with that, with those minutes that need to be fixed. So that is off until next month. So the next item up is to consider approval of minutes for December 18th, 2019. Commissioners, do I have a motion?
So moved.
Meta
Second.
motion and Delator seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That passes. Okay, now we will begin with the oath of office for new commissioners.
All right, we have place 2, Justin Allison, place 4, Clifton Curry, place 6, Brian Leslie, alternate 1, Bruce DeLater, and alternate 2, Mr. Thomas. We'll come up here to front, please. If you will all raise your right hand and repeat after me, please. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of Planning and Zoning Commissioner for the city of Stephenville and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States and of this state, so help me God. And we'll just sign these.
Okay, thank you. So the first item is case number PD 2020-001. Applicant Plaza Park Properties LLC is requesting a development plan for a rezone of property located at 2741 West Washington, being Lot 2, Block 148 of the city addition to the city of Stephenville, Erath County, Texas, from R3 multiple family zone to BD planned development district.
Madam Chair, this is an item that came to you last month, and it was a concept plan. We're now moving on to present the final development plan that will move forward to City Council along with the rezone request. Staff has reviewed everything and is certainly okay with how this has been laid out. We do agree with them on the screening on the residential side, and I'll answer any questions if there are any.
Okay. We've discussed the screening along the, behind the schools. What's the
Yes.
status with that?
After the last commission meeting, Mr. Barnes and I met with Superintendent Matt Underwood of the school district, discussed his thoughts on that. He didn't really know whether it should or shouldn't have it, but he did say if he thought that was something that needed to be developed at a later date, that, and I think his words were, should be handled between the neighbors. He did not feel that it was anything that needed to be legislated through zoning by the commission or then the council.
So he's satisfied with it as it stands?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, I'll go ahead and open a public hearing on this. Is there anybody here who wishes to speak in favor of this rezone? Does anybody here wish to speak against? Okay, closing the public hearing. Commissioners, do I have a motion to approve or to move on to council with a recommendation for approval, denial, or somewhere in the middle?
There's 2 of these, right?
Correct.
I make a motion that we approve to send on to City Council
For
for
approval?
approval. Yes, for approval.
I second it.
Okay, Meta Collier makes the motion and Vance Wade makes the second. Do we need a discussion?
Yeah, questions.
Todd?
Just a quick question on the parking requirements. It is the current requirement for this size one, I'm gonna say it wrong, per thousand? They're reducing it in half, is that right?
I don't
It
recall.
goes, it's going from 9 to 4, is that right, or something?
No, it wasn't 9, it was from, either 5 to 4
I'm gonna
or
mix
6
up
to
my
4.
From 6 to 4.
That's Walmart's.
Well, but I mean, you're correct in what our standard, we,
Yeah, what is our standard for a standard, what's the variation that they're asking for, requesting, under a plan development versus
I
B2?
believe the retail was one for every 250 square feet. Now, warehouse is typically one for 1,000 square feet.
Okay,
So warehouse areas, you would, reduce the parking
so a
requirement.
4-to-1 ratio roughly, less? If this was for retail?
Yeah, I would just have to, I haven't counted the parking places and I really was not prepared, but I'll be glad to go look at that and do that.
we were in agreement with them on the way it was drawn out.
Yes.
Well, I know the plan, I'm just asking now that we didn't get an answer. I mean, I'm just looking for, I'm trying to avoid what's in front of FMC.
It's not dropping more than a half spot or something per thousand.
But yeah, I think it was within our.
Like, so, I mean, I'm just,
I think they met the
it's within
requirements
close to
for
the range. It's not like cutting it in half or not.
No,
Okay, okay.
It's within a half spot.
yes,
Yeah, give or take. So they should have, and that's why we're going PD, obviously.
yes,
So we need parking. We
Yes.
can't get to squeeze it in. So you're talking about 150,000 square feet roughly, so you're talking about a reduction of 50 spots or something overall,
it's a small number.
which half the ones in Walmart aren't filled in.
Yep.
Like, once a year, I got it. I just was curious.
Any other questions, discussions? Okay, the motion stands to recommend approval of this rezone to council. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, that goes forward. Next up is the second half. Case number PD 2020-002, applicant Lake Granbury Developers LLC is requesting rezone of property located at 0 West Washington, being Lot 3, Block 1 of the Lake Granbury Developers addition to the city of Stephenville, Erath County, Texas, from B2 Retail and Commercial Business to BD Planned Development District. I assume there's nothing else to add?
No, ma'am.
Okay, let's go ahead and open the public hearing. Does anybody wish to speak in favor of this rezone? Does anybody wish to speak opposed? Closing the public hearing. Commissioners, do I have a motion?
Well, I move to approve.
Todd
Case
McAvoy moves to
number-
approve.
That's the 2020-02, I guess.
Okay,
I'll second.
No, that's not right. That's not the right number.
2020-002
PD
Yeah.
2020.
PD.
PD, yeah.
Right,
Okay.
PD 2020.
Okay, so I have a motion from Todd and a second from, who's taking it? Meta Collier.
Be one.
Okay, do we need to discuss? We ready to vote? Let's go ahead and vote on this motion to recommend to council that we approve this rezone. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, so moved. That goes on to council. Next up. Case number SV 2020-001. Applicant Casey Rates is requesting a subdivision waiver from section 155.6.04 M1 curb and gutter requirement to be constructed at 1020 North Graham, being Lot 2, Block 15 of the Fray First Edition to the city of Stephenville, Erath County, Texas.
Yes, there's been a request for the waiver. Staff does not support the waiver as these requirements are required by our current ordinance.
Okay. Let's go ahead and open a public hearing. Is there anybody here who wishes to speak in favor of this subdivision waiver?
I would.
Okay, would you please come to the podium, be sure that you filled out, there's a form, have you filled out the form?
No, I haven't read your bill.
Okay, so you can come up to the podium, you have 3 minutes,
Okay. Hi, my name is Whitney.
and please state your name and address.
Okay, my name is Whitney Baird, and I'm representing Casey Rates. He's homesick today. He didn't want to get anybody else sick. My address is, my home address,
Yes.
1010 North Ollie here in Stephenville. I am representing Big State Concrete as well as the other Rates Enterprise companies. We are asking for a waiver for the curbs and gutters and for the sidewalks in regards to the fact that we are not building any structures on that property right now. It's currently used to store trucks and materials. When and if we do decide to develop that side of the road, we would be more than happy to continue with the plans to put in the curbs and gutters and sidewalks.
Okay,
And that's it.
okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Does anybody else wish to speak in favor of this waiver? Does anybody wish to speak opposed? Okay, closing the public hearing. Commissioners, do I have a motion to either approve or deny?
I'd like to make a motion that we deny this waiver for SD 2020-001.
I'll second.
Okay, so Vance Wade moves to deny and Brian Leslie seconds. Discussions? I drove this area, it seems like there should be curb and gutter, should be sidewalks. It's what we want for the city, it seems logical that it be there.
Since they've put in that metal fencing or railing or whatever there, it kind of obstructs anybody from being able to get off the roadway and stuff.
Yeah, and that's
And
confusing.
since you can't technically get off the road, the curb needs to be there.
Yeah. Okay, are we ready to vote? Okay, all those in favor of recommending to council that we deny this subdivision waiver, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Justin Allison opposed. Moving on. Case number SV 2020-002. Applicant Casey Rates is requesting a subdivision waiver from section 155.6.11, sidewalk requirement to be constructed at 1020 North Graham, being lot 2, block 15 of the Fry addition to the city of Stephenville, Erath County, Texas. Assuming nothing new to add.
No, ma'am.
Okay, we'll go ahead and open a public hearing. Does anybody wish to speak in favor? Does anybody wish to speak opposed? Okay, closing the public hearing. Commissioners, do I have a motion?
I'll move to deny this one.
Todd moves.
2020-002.
I second that motion.
Vance Wade seconds. Do we need to discuss?
Recommend to council, excuse me.
Recommend
Recommend
council.
council.
Yes, sir. Any discussion needed? Okay, all those in favor of recommending to council that we deny this subdivision waiver, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Nay.
Justin Nelson opposed. Okay, this was a quickie. I believe we are done.
Move it, Mayor.
Second.
Second.
So adjourned. Thank you, everyone.